Royal Enfield is a brand which loved by the people of any age group. Especially the Royal Enfield vintage models became more popular among the youths. Even many youngsters are very crazed and showing more interest on buying a vintage motorcycle. This is a comparative video between the two restored vintage Castaigne models. One is the 1968 G2 and the other one is the 1974 B1 model. For the layman's eye, these two bullet models may look more identical, but there are some differences and changeovers when model differs. Without wasting the time, let's begin. This 1968 G2 has the original Royal Enfield monogram. Many people always used to think the G2 is a British motorcycle, but in reality, the bullets before 1957 are the fully British made bullets, and these G2s are part Indian and part British. Coming to the 1974 model, this is a B1 considered as the successor of G2, and these B1 models are completely made in India, and these are the pure Indian made bullets. This 74 gets the original Chakra Royal Enfield monogram in brass, but the machine should supposed to have an Enfield India monogram. This 1968 is a bolted frame model, and the other G2s before 1962 had the Type 1 U frames, and the Magdano models in between 1952 to 1957 were featured with the spring chassis frames. This 68 is featured with a flat toolbox, and the motorcycles before 1962 only had these kind of flat side panels, and this 68 should supposed to have a semi-flat toolbox. Moving to the 74 B1, this featured with the bolted frame chassis, and the semi-flat side panels are available as per this model should supposed to have. This 68 G2 has the 3-screw breather arrangement. We cut below the Delco, the pressure relief valve bolt and the oil drain bolt at the right side bottom of the engine casing. Guys, please make a note. These are the criteria to confirm whether it's a G2. Coming to this 74, this B1 also gets the 3-screw breather, V-cut and the pressure relief valve bolt, but it doesn't get the oil drain bolt. Moreover, the early B1 models will also get the oil drain bolt at the bottom. In a G2, the engine number starts with the prefix G2, followed by the Enfield India serial number. The G2 serial number refers to the British production serial number, whereas the Enfield India stands for Madras Assembly serial number. In this B1, the engine number starts with the prefix B, and the symbol / is followed by a single number which denotes the year of make, and then a letter that denotes the month. The final letter X denotes the changeover of the type of bearings. Moreover, the practice of Enfield India numbering sequence ends in 1974. The B1 models till 1973 gets that Enfield India numbering sequence. When talking about the fenders, this 68 G2 has the round fenders at both the ends, but the older G2 models before 1963 only had these kind of round fenders, and this 68 should supposed to have the smaller box fenders at both the ends. Whereas this 74 B1 gets the smaller box fenders when it was out there in 1974. Moving to the hubs and rims, this typical G2 has the half-width hubs at both the ends with a unique spoke pattern of 3 spokes at one side, and the 4th one is on the alternative side. Even this B1 is also gets the half-width hubs, but with the alternative spokes pattern of one left and one right. Coming to the most important factor, the cranksrate. This G2 is a heavily cranked motorcycle, which means for better slow speed cruising ability with a unique thump sound. The crank weighs around 9 to 9.5 kilograms approx. Whereas this B1 has the crank which weighs around 7.5 kilograms approx. The center stand in the G2 model has the fulcrum lever, and the B1 doesn't offered with, but actually the fulcrum levers was introduced only in the year 1981. Likewise, the trafficators are provided in this 1974 B1, which was literally introduced only in the year 1985. Last but not least, both machines had the 6-volt electrics when it was out there in 1968 and 1974 respectively. But literally now all converted into a 12-volt electrics. Please make a note, the 12-volt electrics was only introduced in the year 1986. Hope this information is useful. We'll catch you later. Thanks a lot.